I need to trim my beard, Gato. People are gonna complain that my beard is unbecoming. Don't care. You know what else is kind of ugly? Well, I'm gonna be honest, the watch we're looking at today, but not all micro brands can be beautiful. Although, beauty is in the eye of the beholder, so I guess let's just take a look. The Nove Modena Chronograph. That's right, if you were to tell me this was made by Invicta, I'd believe you. It is 2:35 p.m. Let's get down to business. Now I know what you're thinking. You looked at the thumbnail, you saw the picture in the intro, and you're like, this looks interesting. I might want to collect that. Well, don't! Cut it out! Don't start watch collecting! Wow, you see this beautiful gentleman? Oh, what? Is that are those Porsche GT3 seats? Yes! It's me! With that... It's not a crown. It is a hat that says, don't start watch collecting. And you should have one yourself to place upon thine head and spread the golden rule across the land. You see this? This is a Timex Iron Man. It's not that expensive, but I shouldn't even have one on the wrist. I shouldn't, all these watches I have all over the place, I shouldn't have any of them. I should have never started. And if there's one thing you can take away from this channel, it's to not start watch collecting. If you don't want the hats, we have t-shirts. We're coming out with sweaters because it is autumn right now. It's gonna get wintry soon and we just gotta stay warm. So hats, t-shirts, sweaters, we got you covered. Go to the site, check it out. You can also pick out a beautiful vintage luxury watch because we got those too. All right, let's take a look at this watch. $490, 44 millimeters by 46.5 millimeters, 13.7 millimeters thick, 316L stainless steel case and bracelet, powered by a Swiss Ronda Z60 quartz chronograph movement. People are already going to be complaining about that. 4-year battery life, 200-meter water resistance rating with a sapphire crystal. Now, Nove seems to be the king of industrial futurism in regards to their horological design language. Their stuff is just really out there, and every time we have one of their watches on the channel, the comment section is just so like polarized. It's insane. So please leave me a comment. What do you think about this watch now that you've taken a look at it for a little bit? You know, you see the screws going through the bezel and the sub-dial frames. The indexes are actually applied on the Rio of the watch, so it's kind of deep set, slanted with the indexes going all around. Gives a really dynamic look. Now, one thing from a kind of a function standpoint is that there's some really nice knurling on the crown and pushers, all of which screw down. So again, adding to that 200-meter water resistance rating. But let's jump into the pros and cons because this is, man, this is a doozy of a watch. Now we can see with some macro footage here, the finishing around the subdials and the handset is actually really impressive, okay? The overall design might not be my cup of tea, but at least it's finished quite nicely. Everything feels solid, again, from that function standpoint. The knurling is great. And hey, it's fun and very interesting to look at. I mean, taking photos of this watch, doing all the macro footage, all the different surfaces and shapes, it was fun filming this watch. It's just definitely different. But let's get into the cons. The main con is that it's fun to look at and definitely different. That's what I'm saying. It's like a double-edged sword. This is just definitely not something I personally would wear. And just because something's fun to look at doesn't mean you'd want it on your wrist. Another huge con from me is a circular date window. We all know I hate that. And it's placed at the 4:30. So it's like, both of those things are cursed as far as I'm concerned. Another issue is that it's going to be huge for a lot of people out there. Let's see. 44 by 46.5. This is going to be a large watch on the wrist of most people out there, especially if you have more of a slender wrist. So in conclusion, for just under $500, everything feels good. Everything is finished nicely from what I can see. But you gotta really love it because again, for around 500 bucks, there's a whole bunch of watches to choose from. Especially when we're looking kind of in that intro to watch collecting. Don't start. Do not start. But yeah, $500, that's kind of intro level. There's still a whole bunch of watches in that range. and you have to look at this watch and immediately be enamored by it. And that's kind of Nove's MO, right? Like, they love making super out there watches, and hey, we love them for it. So hey, we just took a look at another futuristic novelty from Nove, and we thank them for sending over this watch. Leave me a comment. What do you think about this piece? Is this something you'd ever wear, or is it just, you'll just watch this episode and leave it at that? Leave me that comment. What do you think? All right, guys. Well, another Microbrand Monday in the books. Thank you so much for everyone hanging out with me today. Thank you for checking out the shop. I know it's this Don't Start Watch collecting merch has like been flying off the shelves, and we're keeping up. We have all the colors still in stock at the time of filming, I believe. We still have the spooky season merch, but again, after spooky season's over, we're getting rid of that. So just take a look and take advantage. The hats, super popular. And of course, we sell watches also at the Time Dollar shop. But thank you for all the support, for everything that we're doing. We can't do it without you. So thank you so much, guys. In regards to the content that we're filming every day. Check us out here on this channel. Subscribe to the car channel. Check us out on Instagram at The Simple Consultant. If you type in the time teller, it's me, and then there's the blue check mark so you know that it is actually me. And yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me on all these various facets of my social media empire. But guys, the easiest way to support me is just to keep doing what you're doing and hanging out with me every time I upload an episode. And I will love to see you on the next one, guys. So yeah, stay happy, stay healthy, stay blessed. I'm Jory Goodman, the Time Teller. And always remember, I didn't invent time. I just tell it. Mm-hmm.